Let's take a look at Composite View. In the beginning, we discussed how when you added audio tracks into RX, it created these tabs. So here I've got two audio tracks. I've got the kick and snare files that I used in the dBleed module. So these are sample aligned tracks, meaning that they both start at the same place. That's really important to use files that are sample aligned when you're doing the Composite View edit. Now, if you click on this icon over here, this is going to create a composite track of these tracks. So, for example, here is my kick. And then when I go across to the snare track, this is the snare. There's the bleed of the kick, but you'll hear that it's a soft volume. Now, if I click here, it's going to create a composite view. So there's two files that are included in that composite view. And if I play back, it's actually going to play both those tracks on top of each other. Now, the benefit of Composite View is that you can edit both these tracks in this one view and apply any modules and rendering and processing to the Composite View. So it allows you to take multiple tracks and edit them in one go. For example, let's say this little hi-hat part over here. Let's say that you want to remove that. I can zoom in and I've got instant process ticked and I want to attenuate the section. So I'm going to make a selection here, and each time I select it, it's going to attenuate it even more. So I'm going to get that very low. I just want that to be sort of like a ghost note hit. Okay, so there we go. Now if I zoom out and play back, we got this. Then if I go back to my other two tracks, I can click here to expand to show those two tracks. So I've got my kick and my snare over here. If I zoom up, that is where they did the attenuation of the hi-hats. I can go back in my history and there it brings it back. I can go all the way through to the end again, jump across to the snare track and zoom up there as well. There's the attenuation of that hit. And the same thing, if I go back in my history, I can bring it back. So that really is the beauty of using this composite view. It allows you to compile multiple tracks into one view, go ahead and do all your editing and any processing that you want to do with modules. And then you can always expand it out again to get access to the individual files. As you can see, and from what you're probably gathering here, it works great if you've got multi-track drums and you need to go in and apply a whole bunch of repairs and fixes to it to tighten the performance up. And then you can export them out again as new rendered out audio files.